Release the Craggle here with a review of the Howling Raven Tactical M91 muzzle brake. I went ahead and I tested this product yesterday, it's right here, and I put about 100 rounds through it at the range, and I gotta say I'm impressed. It held up perfectly. In the past with muzzle brakes from the Mosin, they've been made out of aluminum, and after 10 or 15 rounds or so, they keep getting loose, or even had a couple that would actually break in half and fly out the end of the barrel, and that's just no bueno. So this one is 100% steel construction, and that's what gives it its durability. And while it does give extra weight to it, I want to say like maybe an extra pound, if that. You really don't notice it, especially if you're used to holding a Mosin, or if you're from the bench or prone position, really you don't notice at all. But the effects of it greatly outweigh the weight of the product. So the way it goes on is actually pretty simple. On the muzzle brake, you have a slot right here, and the front sight will go through that slot, and then you simply twist. So I have my M91 here real quickly, and I'll show you what it is. So you just align the slot with the front sight, put it on all the way, and twist. And then you have these brass screws right here, and you'll go ahead and tighten it with an Allen wrench. And they do provide an Allen wrench with the product when you buy it. And they're brass screws, so they don't scratch the barrel. They do leave a little bit of a mark into the bluing of the barrel, but it's not bad at all, and it definitely doesn't affect the shooting of the rifle. So you go ahead and you just tighten it, and like I said, I put about 100 rounds through it, and it didn't budge at all whatsoever. So it is an excellent product. Now as for the actual effects of reducing recoil, very much so. Mostly going into your shoulder and muzzle rise. I'll go ahead and I have some video I'll show you of the product without the muzzle brake on and with the muzzle brake on. So we're going to go ahead and show that to you right now. So here I am firing 3 rounds from my Mosin Nagant without the muzzle brake. As you can see, whenever I shoot, that the muzzle does rise a good, I'd say, 4 inches or so. And honestly, I mean, it's not that bad without the muzzle brake, but you'll see the difference with it on by far. So now we're going to have the video of the muzzle brake on the rifle. So here it is with the muzzle brake on. As you can see, it barely rises up at all. Again, another 3 rounds, and it really does make a difference. I mean, I'm getting like barely any muzzle rise, if any, and going back, the pressure on my shoulder isn't that bad at all compared to it without it. So by far, it definitely does show an improvement with the muzzle brake on. So now comes the answer to the question most people are going to be asking is it worth the $70 that Howling Raven Tactical is charging? And in many ways the answer is yes. If you're looking for a muzzle brake for a Mosin Nagant, in my opinion, there's no better product for it. At the same time, I know a lot of people said, well, it's a $70 product for a barely $200 gun. Is it, worth that, big stake into it? Honestly, the Mosin Nagant is a fantastic rifle without the muzzle brake. It is definitely not a needed product. But if you're wanting to get into target shooting with the rifle, or you're just wanting to see how accurate you can be with the rifle, then by far, yeah, it's a great muzzle brake for the rifle. I know personally, I'm going to be using my Tikka M91 to go hog hunting, and I'm most definitely going to be using that product for it. Simply because I notice that I do have a more accurate grouping with it on than with it off. But it's definitely not a needed product. But at the same time, like I said, if you're looking for a muzzle brake, this is the muzzle brake to get. So yeah, I just want to thank you for watching this review, and I will go ahead and post the link to Howling Raven Tactical in the description. And yeah, so have a good day.